We said we were going to get it out anyways. If they tune in, they tune in. If not, we'll catch a replay. Sorry.
I unmuted the wrong one. All that. So no one even caught you coming in late or me making fun of it. Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome to UG with Duff and Eazzzy. Back-to-back streams for the Duff Man tonight. Anyway, I'm Duff. He's Eazzzy, and welcome to our little twice-a-week fun little chit-chats. For those of you that caught the Ultimate Golf Country Club Championship chat that just happened, the bracket draw and round one results, thank you so much for watching that. And now we're going to talk a little football, talk a little UG. I have a feeling the big guy might react to something that happened in that first one. And it's going to fire the guns up a bit, get everything going.
I'll be all right.
But first of all, I'll say hello to some people that are out there. NC's joining us from out in Alberta. What's up, buddy? Steph VV came back for round two. Pappy Tortoise is there. Thank you, everyone, for watching and hanging out with us for a little while here, for usually somewhere between 19 and 32 minutes. The big guy's got some... showing us his gear.
Yeah. That's called Meet the Neighbors Part 2. Those speakers, Pappy. I practiced around the tile in front of the fireplace there. I could show you that I had to patch up, but all good.
Anyway,
Appreciate you noticing.
How was your weekend?
Weekend outstanding. I had been on a hiatus from the my local watering hole there for 2 weeks. Because we did the birthday celebration at the house here, we had some people over, and then the following Friday was the day after the Turkey Bowl, Big Eazzy's Turkey Bowl, which is Black Friday, which was slow moving for the big fella. So I wasn't there for 3 weeks, so had fun there, and just did some stuff yesterday, and had an outstanding day today, seeing the board real well.
That's good. Always nice when that happens, especially this time of year with Christmas coming around the corner.
You got it. I'm just having a little drinky poo.
Good for you.
This is a sour cherry mixed alcoholic drink of some sort.
I like the sours every once in a while. As everyone is probably aware, we are a hockey family, and I was away at a hockey tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
And
eh?
I'm not gonna touch booze for a little while. There was anyone that's been a hockey parent or a hockey dad, they know how these away hockey tournaments go. And I think you can hear it in my voice a little. There was a couple late nights for old Duff. But anyway, so the Ultimate Golf Country Club Championship Tournament is afoot. We'll just talk about it real quick. So there's the draw. So that happens all week. Make sure you tune in and watch that. But we're not here for that. We're here for some fun. So there are your codes. So you can enter those now. They won't appear till, I believe, just after 1 o'clock Eastern, though. The tournament won't. But you can go ahead if you want to pick a team. So it's NO for New Orleans, TB for Tampa Bay. And you guys know what you're doing now. Hit the little bullhorn and then enter promo code to get it in there. And with that, we will go right to... Slide 1, Monday night, TB versus New Orleans, game 13, or week 13, rather. Monday, December 5th. All yours, big guy.
Thank you, Duff. Appreciate it. So I don't know how many we've done. I should have counted. We're well over 20. I know that. We're probably close to 25 because we do twice a week. And I think we started in week 3. So just getting into it now. We're just figuring out what to do here. And probably should put all my slides up that I'm looking at so that you guys can see. So not much here. I'll just tell this just a quick summary of what I will be talking about. I'll give you a quick rundown of the lines and the numbers. Anything weather related, in this case, not too much, but other cases at this time of the year, very significant weather. anything to do with injuries, and some of the fun trends that I can find in any information to kind of sway it one way or the other that you like, and then I'll break down the key position players and X's beside the stronger of the two that I like and think who has the edge there, kind of a deal, and then I'll throw you a couple of nuggets at the end on things that I will be betting. So I'm not going to make things up here to make it sound funny, folks. You get all the information that I do research on, and I'm playing live. So any of these wagers you've seen, I've probably already placed. So, anyways, uh, New Orleans Saints at Tampa Bay Bucks. Oh, brutal record this division. Oh, the New Orleans Saints 4-8. The Bucks sitting proudly in first with a 5-6 record. The line currently is 3.5. I think it gets close to 4 by game time. The over/under is 40.5 right now, 40.5. Tampa Bay Bucks are favored by 3.5. So Tampa's in a bit of a unique situation, a position that the only reason that they're actually relevant right now, and I hate to say this because we do have a friend that is a big Bucks fan, and I don't want to dog him too much on the channel here, but they're in the weakest division possible. If you put them in any of the other 7 divisions, forget just the NFC, put them in any of the 4 divisions in the AFC, they're irrelevant and they're not in the playoffs. It's that bad. That's how bad it is. It's even so bad that they actually could lose to New Orleans tomorrow night on Monday night, and they would still be alone in first in their division. That's how terrible it is. But if the Bucks do lose, then I believe the Saints will be playing for the division the week after. But anyway, so here's a couple of things, couple of weird stats here. The Bucks don't play Tampa real well, especially in prime time, or the Bucks don't play the Saints well, especially in prime time. However, the last time they took a little beating, the Bucks went on to win the Super Bowl. But here's some stats for you. 2020, the Saints visited Tampa primetime, and they won 38-3 in Tampa. 2021, so last year, they won a very high-scoring game of 9-0. So we'll see what happens in 2022. Another little nugget here. The NFL assigned referee Clay Martin and his crew to work the Saints and the Buccaneers primetime game. The Saints are 2-0 when Clay is on the field. So just a couple of little side nuggets there just to keep you interested. Okay, Duff Man, we're on to the weather here, but there's not too much to talk about. It's not a dome, but it is lovely Tampa. So the temperature is lovely. There is like zero wind. I think we've got 6 mile an hour is about the highest. And no humidity in sight. So clear sailing for this game. And obviously any of the games that we have a dome. I'm gonna have a fun contest. Whenever we have a dome game, I'm gonna put the head of a famous bald person on there, just to kind of show it's dome in the weather that means nothing. But anyways, on to the injuries. Oh my God, I think you're just legally required to put everyone on here. So once again, I showed you, this is kind of what you look at if you're trying to play fantasy, or if you're looking at stuff real specific to your gambling. You look at the progression throughout the week. So you'll see Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they have all 3 days on how much they practiced, if at all, and what the status of their injury is. So really, you're looking at full participation on Saturday's practice, and then you don't have to worry about. And if you see limited and questionable, then you've got some stuff to work. So Vita Vea is probably the biggest name on Tampa. That guy is solid, nose tackle. I don't know what that means right now. Limited participation, questionable for tomorrow night, so it's game time decision. So you can't bet all your chips on that. And the same with Akeem Hicks. Everyone else is probably going to play there, except for the guys up top, obviously, that says out. And then the doubtful guys are the ones that didn't participate at all. So not too much going on there, really. A few guys out for the Saints, but again, nothing really significant, except for their tight end there. I just noticed that he is not playing, and I think he's got 5 touchdowns on the year, which is a nice spot to be in. I've always talked about tight ends being a safety blanket for the quarterbacks. Big bodies, usually guys that are 6'4", 280 pounds, 300 pounds. They can move pretty good. And they're usually only ever about 8 or 10 yards away from the quarterback, to be honest with you, unless you're going, you're running an out pattern or you're running a post or a slant. But these guys are obviously blocking half of the time, or they're just kind of doing a little. So they're always close enough to kind of get the ball off and kind of like, as I said before, the quarterback, here, you take it, get rid of it, you do something with it. So not too much with the position players there, although, our boy there, Jameis Winston, for the backup for New Orleans, isn't on the injury list anymore. I'm not fond of their coach kind of being coy with the media and almost blatantly lying to them about his injury status. And now he's not even playing. I'm not a big fan of Red Ryder, Andy Dalton. I don't know why Jameis isn't playing. I think he gives the Bucks the Saints a way better chance of winning. Looks like the Bucks might have caught a bit of a break today. Their next opponent after tomorrow night is the 49ers. And if you saw today, Jimmy gave me a G. He broke his foot and he's having surgery. So he's a quarterback for the Niners. He's out for the year. Although it looks like the Niners handled their game pretty well today. They took on Miami, which was a bit of a surprise. Ooh, little nugget here. I just found out tonight when I was looking on the Twitter machine. You don't have it in front of you. I have it. But the Saints are wearing their fancy black helmets. I love the look of those. I really do. I'm not sure if that's going to help them, but I love the look of it. So now we're at the last slide, down to the Big Eazzy's breakdown by the numbers. I told you I don't like Andy Dalton, don't like him one bit. I think that they're losing out on an opportunity, but their season is almost done for if they lose, so we'll see what happens. Brady was a shell of himself for a while, but we saw that at one point in time there, he was undefeated as a new divorcee. He lost his last game last week, right, against Cleveland. Went into the dog pound and lost on the road. That's a tough spot for a West Coast team to travel to Cleveland and then try and win there. But he's obviously a better quarterback. You've got Kamara and Fournette, pretty even. Those guys are dangerous. I would give the edge to Kamara. Olave, I just mentioned the tight end. Johnson was out. And Evans and Godwin. I think Mike Evans might be one of the best receivers in football. Top three anyways. Big man, strong, but Godwin catches a lot of the balls, but we'll see what happens. Defense, the Bucks are 5th overall, and the Saints are 24th. Big edge there, so we'll see what happens there. And coaches, I'm not a big fan of Dennis Allen, as I already told you. Not real big fan of Todd Bowles, but I think he's got the better situation, so we'll give the slight edge there. So Eazzy's going with the Bucks with the D rating. I think I've given you enough hints behind the scenes that I would not be surprised if the Saints came out and pulled one out here. I might have a couple of shillings on that side right now, so we'll see what happens. But I am going to take the Bucks with a scholastic rating, a letter grade of D, 54.27, something like a 24-17. Could be a 21-20. Could be real close. It's going to hover right around that over-under. I'm looking at playing the under, so I might try and buy a point, buy a point or two, buy a hook at least to get it down to get it up to 42, maybe, and go under that. We'll see what happens. So I like Kamara anytime and Evans anytime for touchdowns. If I took the Bucks, I would knock the number down. It's going to be about 4 at game time, so I'd knock it down to a 1.5 or 2.5. You got to look at your best value there, what the numbers are. If people that gamble, they know what that means. So that's about all I got for you folks. A couple of interesting nuggets there, and I just tell you what I'm using to place my my hard-earned money tomorrow night, which I've already done. So that's what I've got.
So there you have it. Eazzzy goes Bucks by a nose with a D, almost a D minus rating there, just over a coin flip.
Yeah. Pappy knows that, right? When the balls come out, it's gonna be. I said, no, you cannot bet on someone and type in no. You can't type in no in the promo code. You just can't do it.
As soon as it came out and I saw the pairings, I'm like, I already know who Eazzy's going to pick. I don't even have to look at the matchup. There's no way he's going NO on it.
No, I'm not doing it.
It wasn't going to happen. Lots going on in the sporting world. I think, let's give a shout out to, because obviously he watches this. Let's just acknowledge, that's a better way of putting it, Mitch Marner, 19 game streak with a point for the Leafs. Freaking believable. 19 in a row for the kid. Him and Matthews, man, they're so good until the playoffs for the Leafs. We watched that whole game Saturday night. I haven't watched a ton of Leafs games. I don't love the Leafs, but my family does, so we watch a little bit. But man, there's something special out there. They are a pleasure to watch. World Cup ongoing, of course. I didn't watch a lot over the weekend. I was busy watching actual real hockey with my little kid there. Shout out, I gotta talk about this. So my daughter, she's 8 going on 9. So she plays rep hockey out of an organization around here. And so they play 4 games, and she took 7 penalties in 4 games. 14 minutes. Not only did she lead her team in penalties, she led the entire division. We had 12 teams in our division, and she led on her own the team totals. I was like, oh, what are you doing, buddy? Anyway, she's a good little hockey player, and the only one was a bad call. She earned the rest. But shout out to little Duff. 14 minutes of penalties in 4 games. Little bruiser. My God. Um, Christmas means World Junior, so that's coming up. I think we talked about that last time. Most exciting part of the year. Fantasy football playoff season is starting, depending on how your league does it and how many teams apply or make the playoffs and whether they use week 17 or not. I know a lot don't. I'm sitting pretty in mine. I'm in the 2 spot with a chance to take over that 1 spot. I've already qualified. But it's go time now. You want those couple final little waiver wire pickups. Maybe now you start really paying attention to matchups for your semifinal and your final, and maybe just even every little point matters, right?
I started Watson today. My big mistake over my boy JG, Jared Goff.
God, I have Goff on my bench. Goff lit it up. He was fantastic. I also didn't play the San Francisco D for the first time in forever and went with the Jets on a matchup. And then San Francisco gets 18 for me, and didn't matter. I had a walk away victory anyway. Man, what an embarrassment.
I didn't watch the game. I had the Browns defense. They got 30 points. I don't know what happened there on their defense.
I didn't watch it either, but yeah, I people were chatting about that.
And a touch. It's got to be something, but anyway.
Yeah, there got to be a pick 6 in there somewhere.
Yep.
So the week ahead, make sure you tune in. So Monday, Tuesday, we're going head-to-head in the CC. Wednesday, we are going the brand new Royale feature. So that's going to be head-to-head Royales. So it's going to be mono-a-mono. I have a feeling we're going to see the big guy in one of these somewhere in there. I know you're a Royale god, so I imagine Whiskey Business looking to you for that.
We like to get everyone involved. We like to get everyone involved, Duff, and I'm a big proponent of that. But sometimes people get a little chirpy, get a little beaky, and I think I'm playing it now. So we'll see what happens.
Big guy stepping up. A little bit of fun was had in that first one. I didn't even really catch it. It's tough to catch these as they're live, but I'll go back and watch the replay. I think I know what was said.
He'd get free parking at my house. Duff, he'd get free parking at my house. The last guy that had that almost saw Jesus. So.
And then Thursday, Friday, I've got commitments, which means Saturday is going to be the final. Saturday, we're going to go back to any ball you want for the entire 18. Ooh. So it's going to be 3 again. So 3 members from each team are going to play match play, but we're going to go no pins. We're going to go. So there's going to be no replays, no pins. The only crutch you get is you can use any ball you want. And the course is still TBA. I will let everyone know in the next few days what that course is going to be. In the meantime, I do believe we have a Madness draw. No, Madness just ended. So this will be, the Ultimate Showdown just ended. So this will be a Madness week. We are getting into Christmas time. So we had Ice Dragon on Saturday. And then today, for the first time ever, I didn't have a chance to play it. I might go play it right now, actually. We had Autumn Ridge for the first time ever. So I imagine a lot of people finally got that mastery to
good chunk of it
closed out. Absolutely. Here's a fun fact. If you want to get your putting done, you can get it all done on 1 hole. Just putt back and forth across that green. Anyway.
Question, Duff. Yep. Technical question about that. Do you have to complete an entire round, or is it just completing holes?
Yes. Any mastery will not be complete. Any tournament-based mastery will not be complete, will not count until you finish the round. So you can't, on an 18-hole tournament, you can't just do it all on hole 1 and then do nothing.
Okay.
So you gotta plow your way through it. Now that we've seen it in a tournament, though, I have a feeling we might be seeing it might get its way into the normal rotation.
Yeah.
Which, of course, will help people complete that mastery. And then there are some new courses coming down the pipes in the next few months. And I do believe there's going to be some extra holes added to Ice Dragon as well. So Ice Dragon's getting some extra holes, and that'll happen sooner than later. Probably around Christmas time. So lots of stuff going on. So CC this week. Let's go back through these stuff just real quick. So there are your codes. New Orleans, NO, Tampa Bay, TB, There's the Big Eazzzy numbers. He's going Bucks just over a coin flip. And he's going Kamara anytime TB, Evans anytime TB. And I believe he did say he's looking at the under.
I am looking at the under, and I probably double up here, and I probably play a little bit of New Orleans money, to be honest with you. I get them at 6.5 or 7, and then I'll watch live and see what happens there, and I'll splash one way or the other, depends on which way it goes.
Anyway, all right. Thanks to everyone that was watching. Steph, Pappy, Tortoise, all you guys. I love that you guys come out and watch this all the time. And anyone watching on a replay, thank you so much. We'll see you guys later. That's the end of this one. I'm Duff. He's Eazzzy. And have a good week. We'll see you on the CC part of this stuff later.
Thank you, guys. Cheers, Lima.
Quick and easy this time. Quick and easy.
You want to hear the funniest story?